Hello everybody and welcome to Train Sim World 2. Today, special video. I fixed Premiere Pro, which means I can do this now. We are on the Bakerloo line, as you can see, but in front of me in the real world, I have a RAILDRIVER. So we're going to give this a try. I chose this route because it's the most sort of intensive, speed limits changing, stations really short distances apart. Let's jump straight in. A bit of this I'm going to be using a keyboard and mouse for, but quite a lot of it I hope to be using this for. So I'll put the selector switch in, put that to forwards, then want you in off and release, and then I can reset you, lock up the doors, turn the passenger lights on. We're going to Queen's Park. And let's go full throttle. And off. Full throttle again. So I'm basically only going to be using this for the most part because this train has no brakes separated from the main throttle lever. So this side is the power range and that side is the brake range. So when we get to the 25 board, we can accelerate up, stick her in shunt. Up we go, it's 25. Right, put the sticker off there. The other thing, this works. The horn or whistle lever, which is very cool. Let's stick it back in shunt. Go up to 30 miles an hour. Oh, this is such a nice route. I'll leave cab lights off. Now this is the braking bit, and this can get a bit finicky. I throw her into normal brakes. And you can see that we've got a speedo here as well, which works. Right, so I braked a bit early on that. Put her into off. Maybe a bit of shunt. But we are quite a bit early, so that's alright. Right, unlock the doors, and if I just jump to the back of the train, we'll turn the stabling light off and we'll put that to Queen's Park. Okay, get ready to lock them up. And you've got to wait until that time passes, which isn't very long. So yeah, these all work. That goes into emergency as well, and there's a bit of resistance on that. That works, this one works, these sliders work, but they actually do things. Why is that not working for me? There you go. Right, full whack. The horn here does stuff, the reverser handle does things, the alerter is a bit delayed, but most of the other stuff works pretty well. And of course, you know, there's going to be ongoing support for the RAILDRIVER and other controllers in the coming future, so that should be very cool. Just adjust the volume slightly. There you go. Right, put it back into shunt quickly. Alright, go back up to 25 soon. There it is. And up to 30 after that. We're coming back down to 20 in a second. Still quite early for this. Alright, Waterloo. Put her in off now. Bit of power maybe. So stopping point up here. Alright. And right door's open. Have a sticky beak around. Very nice. So we're just running this service up to Queen's Park, as I said earlier, because that's the interesting bit of this route, shall I say. Right, a few seconds late now. That's the advantage of this. You can really, I mean, not forcing to the point of braking, but it's, you can play with this. You know, you can push it straight from brake 1 to full throttle very, very quickly, which is something that's very useful on this route as opposed to having to wait for it to cycle through. Up to 30, we've got embankment coming up. Alright, can see embankment coming up now. Touch brakes. And if you guys want, I can do another video on setting up RAILDRIVER for Train Sim World 2. A bit late on the brakes there, so going to go maximum. Rheostatic 1. Off. Push her right up to the end of the platform. And unlock the left-hand side doors. Now we sit back and relax for a bit. So a bit early again. Actually genuinely surprises me a bit. And it's very quiet, isn't it, in this part of the cab. But yeah, all of these rotary switches do something. So that's the headlights there. So the left side doesn't do much, but that does. This is the wipers. So I can put it to run, put it to park. We'll leave our headlights on. We'll leave the headlights on. No. On. There you go. But yeah, this the dash is more designed for sort of American locos, as you can tell. So I'll probably do another a couple of other videos with the maybe the ACS 64 or on Sherman Hill or something that has stock that has controls more similar to this. But yeah, it's very new. I got it for myself. Set our doors to locked. Straight into parallel. Very nice. I do especially love the horn lever. Yeah. The bell, of course, does something on trains that have a bell. The sander, of course, does things on trains that have a sander. Parking brake does things on trains that have a parking brake. The alert does things on trains that have a parking brake. The e-stop does everything, I think. And yeah. And it can be a bit iffy at times, a bit sensitive as well, but I find that it's generally fairly reliable, as long as you know the boundaries, put it that way. Okay. There we go. Right, off we go again. And that's another really cool thing about this, is even if you have the game open as a non-active window, so for example here, if I switch to OBS being my active window, I can still play around with the controls, which is really cool. Well, you couldn't do that on a keyboard. Right, go up to 30 miles an hour soon. Tracker in series and full parallel. We've got a 20 mile an hour starting speed out of Oxford Circus. God, this thing takes... Oh, we're on a fairly steep uphill, I guess. Not sure why that is. That's alright. One of the best routes for the game, has to be said. I think they need to do, because I've seen a lot of people saying that they need to do more London Underground routes, and I don't agree with that. I think they need to do more metro routes in general, but not more London Underground. Because, you know, the only other thing close to this has been the Leipzig S-Bahn, or Mitteldeutschland S-Bahn. It'd be cool if we had a subway, a New York subway route, or I don't know, something else around, you know, Paris Metro or something like that. That'd be cool. Yeah, varied stock. Because I think a lot of people like this kind of driving because it's very, you know, it's I would say action packed, but it's not really for. You know, but for this game, it's quite action-packed, if that makes sense. Let's turn some cab lights on. Oh, speeding. Trigger back into off. And it might look like a big piece of plastic, but it's a very solid unit. Like, that's very firmly stuck. It's not going anywhere. Up to 30. And all of the buttons down here do things, but I have not yet been able to print all of the function things for them, so I'm not using them yet. And as far as I know, the rocker switch here doesn't do anything, and only the left and right buttons on this do anything, and that's door unlocks. I've just unlocked that, which I really didn't want to do, so I'm just going to have to keep spamming that. Right, go touch and brakes now. God, we're very early. Right, come on, serious brakes now. Rheostatic 1. Okay, and stick it back into hold. I just spam this. There you go. That was nothing out of the ordinary. It's time to get going. Set the doors to locked. Starting signal green. Let's get moving. Yeah, it is really cool that there's an inbuilt speedo on the RAILDRIVER. That is very cool. Okay. Getting up to the point. Getting up to 30, so I'll put that into off and release. After Baker Street, should be able to hit see a line of greens there. see where we are on the map. Is this just a straight piece track? Yeah, more or less. It should have a 35 after Baker Street. Let's check it back into a bit of power. Right. Nice. Very cool. I really do like this route. We're very early now, by tube standards. I mean, I think my record for earliness was on the Long Island Railroad on my stream. Oh, balls! Alright, well that gives us a bit of time then to explore a more American route, shall we say. If I can find a short-ish scenario for, say Sandpatch. If we do something, we can use the SD70 up here. If there's something not too long, bring this helper pair over, Yeah, why not? We'll do a helper. Or should we do... I know what we can do. We can do Boston Sprinter with the F40. Give the F40 PH some love. If we do... Not Boston to Stoughton. If we do something Boston to Redville, there it is. So yeah, if we do this, then we can have a quick demonstration on the F40PH. Alright, so we are at Boston South. Boston South, I think. Let's get our doors open. Now, if I remember correctly, engine run, no EV brake on, safety devices, we can have them on. No, didn't want engine stop. Turn them on. Right, now I've got to restart the engine again. Start, stop, isolate, and then run. Oh, that should be enough. Problems happen. We can attempt this again. Right, so that's reverse it in, and I can put that to forward. Gauge lights, step lights. Let's go on our headlights, put that to bright. Stick them to off. Put you to in and put you to lead or dead. Can do is we can put you to a minimum, and we can release you fully. And we can release the independent brake fully. I haven't quite got bail off to work yet on this. Right, just wait for that to fully die off. Make sure all of these are released. And put you on some throttle 3 maybe. No, gotta restart the engine. Of course I do. Gotta put you in start, stop, isolate. I'm gonna do you. And then the engine is now on again. Front marker lights don't need, rear marker lights, engine lights, you. That should be some throttle. There it is, yeah. There you go, had to restart an engine. Didn't think I'd do that this episode, but you never know. And so yeah, if you do want to see more RailDriver content in this format, please do subscribe and leave a comment below. I read all my comments. I reply to all of my comments, unless they're stupid, then I might delete them. But yeah. So yes, if you like this kind of stuff, then please do let me know. So there's no use for the dynamic brake on this because this doesn't have a dynamic brake. But there's use for more or less everything else. Certainly there is. Okay. Still floating at 10 miles an hour. Right, now the access has sent us up to 15, but the speed limit hasn't officially started yet. I do like all this new catenary. It is very, it does give me lots of Australia vibes. Certainly does. There's no independent brake on there, so we use some. So there's no dynamic brake, so we use some independent instead. Try and bring our speed under control. We can set it back up to 15. And when the back of the trains come all the way around this corner, we can chuck her up to 30. That was definitely not a voice crack, so it's forbidden to clip that. Absolutely forbidden. Right, I'm going to go full whack now. Let's listen to this engine rev. Whoa! Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Nice. We've got another F40 on our side. I drop that to 0, add some quite heavy independent brakes. There we go. More heavy independent brake use, just to bring our speed under control. And on some trains the independent brake becomes like an AFB lever of sorts. So on the ICE, for example, I'm going to go minimum reduction on the auto brake. I'm going to use some bell here. Lovely. Release that. Just cruise into the end of the platform. Oh, we didn't set the marker lights at the end, so when it stops here we can do that, certainly. So yeah, do let me know in the description, or actually I'll put a post up later, a poll post, so you can let me know what you would like to see more of in the coming days and weeks. Right, go minimum reduction on you again, bell off, and unlock right hand side doors. Full independent brake and release the auto brake. so we can get the brake pressure out of the cars. Have a quicker brake release when we're ready to go. At back bay now. Little bit late, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem if you just go to the back here. And if I put the marker lights on. Okay, we ready? Let's put that to throttle 3, please. Come on. Throttle 3. There you go. Let's watch her out of the station. Brick, I see. Thought that was like a lattice or something. Bell off. The T. Touch more throttle. Man, I love this train. Don't drive it very often, but I do like it. I gotta stop at Ruggles as well. Alright. Okay, touch more throttle. Let's go full whack now. Just hope that that doesn't over rev. If it does, there won't be problems, but it doesn't make... It's not brilliant simulation. It hasn't over revved, so we're all good. Okay. It's up to 120 now. Oh no, it's not, it's at 90. The speed limit's just gone to 120. But we have to start considering slowing down for Ruggles Station now. Right, proper consideration actually. Bell on there. Okay, that's good. Got a good platform entry speed. Just balancing brakes should be enough. God, this thing is easy and hard to drive at the same time. Yeah, certainly is. Okay, go another bit of brake. Okay, put you back to minimum reduction. And right door's open. Bell off. Right. Full independent. Oh, that's where the bail off is. Wait, what? There you go, full application there. Very nice. Okay, we are even more late here, so we're going to have a pretty pronto departure. I'm going to start off in throttle 5, yeah, why not? Subway off to the far left. No, not far left, it's just sort of left. Right, get a bit more throttle there. You should see the marker lights on that coach, and they are on. Good. Go full whack now. 45. We've got quite a while before we get to Ruggles. And the the safety systems tend to play havoc, so I'm going to turn them off. Nice. Oh, must be. Oh, it must be dust. Very nice. Through some cuttings. God, could you imagine just being on that overbridge and having things whiz past at 120? That'd be so cool. Again, this is why electric is better. It's faster. It accelerates faster. Right, I saw the red there and I was thinking, oh, that better not be another red. But it isn't, so we're all good. Cruising along now. ATC would already be starting to slow us down, because ATC sucks. There we are as well, passing whatever station that is. Right, that's a diverging, I think, because it's a flashing yellow. But I also don't care that much. Then you're going to start slowing down when the speed limit actually changes, which it isn't. Just got to remember to keep below 90. Right, it's 83. You can see why the tube's more interesting than this, can't you? Because you just sort of sit back, relax, and let the train do all the heavy lifting. Okay, that's sending us down to 45. So I'll leave it there. I just check on the route. When do we actually diverge? Okay, not till after the go via is when we then shoot up here. And when we get to the go via, I want to be aiming for 30. What have we got? We got yellow over red. Right, that's sending us down to 30. And that's just because the signal ahead is only going to clear when we get to it. I think, and I hope. Oh no, it's a signal after that. It's only going to clear once we get to it. I mean, I hope it does. Come off the throttle there. Right, now just hope that that signal clears. And it has. Very nice. Let's watch the train go past. Very cool, very cool. Right, we're a little bit late, so I'm going to go quite hard on the brakes, but quite late. We go now. Quite heavy braking. Even heavier braking. Yeah, we'll be fine. start to release said brakes. Just leave her on minimum. Pull her all the way off now. Bail it off. Add a touch of throttle onto things. Just so we don't kill our speed completely going up this hill. Okay, and we don't want to overcook this either, because I know for sure that the signal at the end of this station is going to be at danger, which I don't want to play around with. Come on, release please. You're in the platform now, so you can stop anywhere, but I prefer to pull more or less up to the end of the platform. That would be nice. Right, stick you into minimum reduction. Put the reverse to neutral. Set them to dim. That to handle off, and then unlock the doors. Oh, ampletes? Totally ampletes. Yes, with the enhancement pack as well. Look at it. Very nice. If you want to see some of that, please let me know. Okay. I'm just waiting for that load bar to complete. Let's lock up the doors. And there we are. Alright, so that more or less concludes things. I hope that's given you an informative introduction to the RAILDRIVER, and yeah, expect to see more content like this coming in the future, because it's very fun to make, you know, now having this. Just a bit of a pain in the ass. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.